probably about a 6 foot long fish, very common this time of year.
And these guys are so cunning. He's seen that many lures and hooks and flies.
That is sport fishing action at its absolute best.
That is a cracker. Look at it. Oh! G'day, I'm Rob Paxavanis and welcome to Fishing Australia. Here I am at Lord Howe Island, an incredible destination and one I've wanted to visit all my life. Not only because it's so beautiful, but also because of the massive range of fishing options. Let's see how much of this paradise we can squeeze into one show. Sitting just 700 kilometres northeast of Sydney in the South Pacific Ocean is Lord Howe Island, a World Heritage listed marine park area featuring a unique environment of forests and mountains fringed by palms, and the most southerly coral reef in the world. Then there's Lord Howe's crystal clear lagoon. Team this up with a foreshore of spectacular bays and beaches, an endless ocean all around, and you have the makings for not only a great holiday destination, but also for one of the hottest fishing locations in the world. Now, the best introduction to the piscatorial merits of this amazing place would have to be Neds Beach. It's fish feeding with a difference. This is Neds Beach. The fish feeding here is phenomenal. I've been looking forward to it half my life. Have a look at the size of some of those kingfish. They're huge. There's got to be some fish in here, probably 15, 20 kilos. Neds Beach is a sanctuary zone with definitely no fishing allowed. But who needs to fish when you can get this close to these big pussycats? These biggest fish that you can see here are known as kingfish or hoodlums. When you hook them, they're predators. They'll smack a huge bait and they're ferocious fighters, and they generally fight really dirty and reef you up. However, they haven't got teeth, and here, to be able to just feed them like this, I don't think there's any place in the world you can do this with these Australian kingfish here. These little guys in front of me here are mullet. Now, they're pretty safe at the moment because the kingfish are conditioned on the hand feed, but when the lights go out at night time, these mullet are going to be out of here because these big kingies, they swallow 2 or 3 at a time. Now, they started here. This is what started the fish feeding, like in a lot of places. The mullet come in first and the bigger fish eventually follow. It's taking years to get this going. Look at it now. You won't find this anywhere in the world. Did you see that? Look at this. Watch it. Come on, boy. That's amazing stuff. On the other side of the island, there's fish feeding a la naturale in the lagoon. I'm with Dean Hisco from Lord Howe Island Environmental Tours. Dean, what's on the cards here?
Rob, what we're going to do is to go out to the reef and just explore the incredible environment out there. We're going to do a bit of snorkeling, and I'm going to hand feed some of the incredibly unique marine fish that occur on this system.
Now, your clients can get in there and feed the fish with you, but if they don't want to get their feet wet, this is fantastic for the whole family. You can just sit here and look through the glass window, and it's a bit nippy for me, mate. In you go, and I'll watch.
Well, this area is basically known as Escott's Hole, and it's a prolific, beautiful coral spot. You know, and the beauty of this sort of Lord Howe Island itself is it's a mixture of both temperate and tropical water species of fish and marine growth. So that's a lunar wrasse, Rob, and over there we've got a double header.
Okay.
They're Lord Howe Island's version of a blue groper. They basically have the same diet, and they're they have an island history of being caught. We don't encourage the capture of them. We sort of treat them, they're a great fish, they're beautiful, they eat sea urchins, they come up and eat out of your hand. This particular area is actually a sanctuary zone in the Lord Howe Island Marine Park, and all types of fishing is banned.
It's good, so you get to see fish like this cruising around, and it's great fun for the whole family. Really awesome spot. The virtually untouched reefs around Lord Howe Island and nearby Ball's Pyramid offers some incredible fishing opportunities. Phasmid Charters knows the best offshore hotspots and techniques for catching big kingfish and other ocean behemoths. Dave, there's two main ways you target the kingies here.
Yeah, with bait fishing, just with this rig.
Yep.
And we've also got we use jigging. And it's basically rigged up with a top hook rig like this.
No, that's amazing. Well, we'll get to see how that works in a minute. You got to work those pretty hard. This is a bit more of a lazy way to fish. I just dropped that down. Effort to pleasure ratio is a bit high with this at the moment, because if we hook one of these kingies, we're in for a real fight. This aggressive jigging technique is a proven winner. But believe me, when you've had to battle a big bruiser after a few deep water jigging sessions, you'll be ready for a breather. Now, Dave, you're on these charters out here from Lord Howe, and kingfish are the main target species.
Yeah, we love to jig kings, especially big kings over here.
Do we think this is a king?
Yeah, this is a king.
All right.
There he goes, bit of line.
Yeah. Now you can relax on the island and catch all sorts of fish there, but if you want,
This is the hard yakima.
everything's physical about this sort of fishing. The winding to stir up the fish, and when you hook them, it's really hard work. Probably the toughest battle you can have with a fish, because if you don't keep that fish off the reef, they're real dirty fighters. He's going to go straight down around the ledge and break your line off. Dave's got about 80-pound braid on that, Dave.
100 on this one.
100 on this one, and a good 20 feet or so of 200-pound leader. And this fish has grabbed his jig and it's going wild. Fish. Look at him. Oh, he's a beauty. Here you go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful shot.
We've got him now. Here we go, Dino. Whoa, look at that. That's your Lord Howe Island kingfish. That's what this place is famous for. How many pounds is he, mate?
Oh, he's probably up around the 18 kilo mark.
Now, what the amazing thing is with these jigs here, as you can see, the hook is at the head of the jig. There's no hook at the tail. At first you look at that and go, how is that going to work? But it's a thing that's working really well, Dave.
Yeah, it certainly is. The top hook is certainly something we picked up from the Japanese when they came over to the island. I actually snuck an extra hook on that because we actually dropped one on the last drop.
Yep.
So as you can see, both hooks have actually gone in.
That is an absolutely brilliant fish, and it looks like it might be a sign of things to come. This is absolutely amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Next hookup was another big fish. I've got me reeling low gear there. Oh, just get him up. I got him well off the bottom here. Got a much better chance of catching him now. Oh, I hope. Oh, he's strong. Oh, even on 24 kilo stand-up tackle. Oh, effort to pleasure ratio has just been thrown out of whack. Come on. Oh, bit of a swell there. Got a circle hook on, he should stay on. Jeez, they're hard fighters. What do we got? Oh, you're kidding! What do we got?
Got a protected species.
Oh,
The
have we?
black cod. Yep.
All right.
We release those.
Righto. Just gaff him. Just let's get him up and let's have a look at how we can let this guy go. Rightio. That's a black cod now. You're not allowed to keep these guys. The thing you've got to do when you catch them, hear that? You've got to deflate their air bladder. Because from coming up from the deep up to the shallow, they get barotrauma, which is like the bends basically. So you see he's just put a little hole there, and this fish will be fine. We just got to get that hook out. You see a few of these here, do you?
Yeah, there are quite a few. They're fairly prolific at Lord Howe.
Okay. Let's get him back in the water. You want a hand there, mate? We're just going to slide you back in, fella. Oh. And just when we were ready to breathe out... Oh, double hook up here. See, I pulled my line out of the water, and now Dave's onto another fish. Should we go for the triple, boys? What do you reckon?
Whatever you like.
Whatever I like, he's too tired to talk. Yours is off, okay. How do you feel, mate?
Oh, it's great. Oh, look at it go. More drag.
Hey, Dave, while you're hurting there, couple of quick questions for you. You used to work as a fisheries officer on the New South Wales coast for 12 years. So you've seen a lot of fishing along that part of the woods, but now we're 700 kilometres offshore. How do you rate the fishing here?
Well, I think in New South Wales, it's nothing compares, really.
Tell me a little bit about your operation, the Phasmid charter boat here.
Well, Phasmid's a 41-foot full current design aluminium boat, powered by twin 350 horsepower Yamaha. Ideally suited to over here.
Yeah,
fast cruise speed.
Yep.
18 to 20 knots. Top speed about 28 knots.
And
Beautiful deck area.
And what's your tip? How many people would come fishing on a charter with you?
Maximum 5 people I take fishing, unless it's a charter and all the guys get on and don't mind having a bit of a sit out. But you can imagine with 4 or 5 of these on at a time, you've really got hands. Well, I've got the double.
Excellent.
Shark. What? Look at that. I don't believe it.
I got you here, mate. Now,
I don't believe it. But you see why it's fighting, honey?
Yeah. We've got a shark here and it's foul hooked now. I caught a shark before. They're good fun. I love catching sharks, but they're not the kingies you're after, are they?
No, they're not.
But they're strong fighters nonetheless.
Very strong fighters. I wouldn't have picked that. Foul hook.
Yeah.
Vertical fin. Them's the break.
Oh, you're so I shouldn't be laughing. Did you see that?
Well, there you go, eh?
How much is that rod worth?
That's brand new.
There's our shark at the back of the boat. That thing down there's the jig, and that's half of Dave's rod. I think we're going to have to pick this up after the break. It's going off here at Lord Howe Island. Big kingfish are the #1 target out here. These hoodlums can test the toughest tackle and cripple the strongest man. Luckily, Captain Dave Gardner was built tough. Dave, you've got a lot of different species. How do you rate the kingies on the fighting scale?
Pound for pound, I think they're one of the best fighters in the sea.
Yeah. What gets me about them is they'll make plenty of runs during the fight as well, don't they?
They will really fight all the way till the finish.
Yeah. Now, these kingies you're catching here, are they part of the same stock we catch back in New South Wales along the coast there?
Well, they've recently done some otolith studies and they found that although it was a small sample taken, that it's quite possible that there's a mixture of species that do actually breed here, but the stocks are made up of partly New South Wales or East Coast fish as well. Nice kingy. We've got colour.
Oh, here we go. Oh, another beauty.
Well
That's a beautiful kingfish. Slightly smaller than that earlier one, probably about 16 kilo.
Yeah, that'll be about 16, yep.
There he goes. Pick him up there if you can, Dave. Dave's exhausted and so is the fish. We're going to keep this guy. It's another good eating fish. Now, if you caught this fish back on the mainland, especially on, say, the New South Wales coast, it'd be pretty much the kingy of the year for most serious kingy anglers. But here on Phasmid charters, out of Lord Howe Island, it's just your average fish. You expect to catch fish like this nearly every trip, which is pretty brilliant. There was no time to rest. Super Decky Dean was on again. Dean, normally you're taking family cruises around the Coral Lagoon, showing people the fish with your glass bottom boat?
Yeah, that's right. That's my core business. A nice, relaxed snorkel or a glass bottom boat trip.
A far cry from here today.
It is.
When you
It's a little bit of work.
Yes, there's certainly pretty much hardcore fishing action here on Phasmid.
Yeah.
You got your double up?
Got the double up.
Okay. I think I'm on here too, but my fish hasn't woken up yet. I'm just going to see if I can coax him up off the bottom before he wakes up. He's going to go berserk here in a minute, unless it's not a kingy. It's a shark, and he's just woken up. We pretty much coaxed him all the way to the top. I don't know what I've got here.
Oh, you might have a jobfish.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can got a fish.
Yeah, we got something there.
Alrighty, well mine's...
Like cod, isn't it?
Yeah.
Open like cod.
Mine's... Okay, I'll swap you there, Dean, if you can come underneath me there. Righto. Is your guy's going to be a little while yet? Going to get that gaff into him there? I'll be able.
I think we can lift that one in.
Yep. Now, a cod of some sort. Tell me more about it, please, Dave.
The local name is opalite cod. Very white, firm flesh. Really tasty, beautiful eating fish. We got quite a few of them out here between 100 metres and 150 metres. Basically take the same sort of baits as we're doing for kingies. And like I said, absolutely beautiful eating, help them out.
I might take him back to Pine Trees with that in mind tonight. They can cook it up for me. Beautiful.
It's a shark.
In half a day of fishing, we've had some amazing catches. But Captain Dave has more jumbo treats in store in the calmer waters of the lagoon. No good fish of some sort here. Oh, he's ripped off a heap of line, bumping away. Here comes my bit of squid bait. That slid right up the line. Oh, this is a really nice fish, whatever it is. I think it's a spangled emperor. Oh, look at him, there he is. It's a beauty. Look at that. Oh, what a fish.
It's a ripper. Oh,
He's a ripper. Oh, how about this charter boat, Phasman? He's got everything here. It's only 20-pound leader there. Just slide him up on the thing, mate. He's nice and wet. Look at that. Hold him up for the cameras, my man. How about I grab him while you get... Oh, I'll get that hook out.
Beautiful emperor.
He's an absolute ripper. Just turn him around so we can get him in the sun a bit there. Look at that. What a beautiful fish. How heavy would you say?
Oh, he's a nice 6-7 kilos. Beautiful fish.
Absolutely magic fish, mate. Just get that hook out there. Away we go. Now, Spangled Emperor, this is about as far south as they get. They're really a fish that's known to have a strong hold along the Great Barrier Reef, but in this place, anything's possible. I think I know why you moved from the east coast there to this place.
Oh, that's dead right.
You're spoiled.
Beautiful fishing.
Yeah.
Just let him go, eh?
Yeah, for sure. Back in the water. Phasmid Charters also run diving and sightseeing tours. To book your big fish adventure on Phasmid, visit the website phasmidcharters.com. That's spelled PHASMID. Or call Dave on 02 6563 2208. The small community on Lord Howe Island is a committed one. It has to be to have maintained the island so well. It's quiet and quaint, yet wild and exciting. So walking is a great way to explore this beautiful island. Now, though walking is popular, cycling is by far the best form of transport. Just make sure you wear your helmet. Over here, it's a police priority. Pine Trees is the oldest guest house on the island, going back 100 years or so. Nowadays, it's a resort hotel with modern, comfortable accommodation and facilities. Pine Trees also supply all your meals as part of the package. Pine Trees is ideally located near the lagoon, and a relaxing drink by the water at the Pine Trees boat shed is a perfect way to end the day, in the company of friends and an amazing sunset. What a place. To book at Pine Trees Resort, visit pinetrees.com.au or call 02 9262 6585. It's the ideal base to explore Lord Howe Island from. It's less than a 2-hour flight from Sydney or Brisbane to this untouched paradise. Qantas Link fly to Lord Howe Island from Sydney 11 times a week and from Brisbane twice a week. In spring and autumn, there's also one flight a week from Coffs Harbour. To book a flight or stay on Lord Howe Island, get on the website www.visitnewsouthwales.com.au/Lord Howe. But book early, because there's a limit of 400 people allowed on the island at any one time. And believe me, you'll want to be one of them. The rocky foreshore around the island is very productive, and I just couldn't leave without trying to catch something off these rocks. What I'm hooked into here is a silver drummer. I'm pretty sure it's a silver drummer. We're throwing some bread in the water and they've come schooling around. Now these fish fight really well, but I've had to go down to a very small hook and very light line, so I can't give him too much pressure. And I've also got to watch these waves behind me very carefully. I just wash him up there now, like that.
Well, we got him.
Woohoo! Okay, There's our silver drummer there. Not a particularly big specimen for here, but as you can see, they got plenty of fight. It's the same fish we've been feeding over on Neds Beach, and we've seen some cruise around the jetty and around here on the rocks, probably about that much longer, almost twice as big. They call these stinkfish on the island because they're not much chop when it comes to eating, but they're great fun on light tackle. And he's gonna get to swim another day. Out comes that hook. There you go, mate. I'm on to another silver drummer here, and I tell you, I've had a ball at Lord Howe Island. We checked out Lord Howe Island environmental tours with Dean Hisco. That's a cruise of the Coral Lagoon. That was beautiful stuff. We went out with Dave Gardner on Phasmid charters for some big kingfish, cod, and all sorts of other beautiful fish, including a huge emperor in shallow water. We were really well looked after by the guys at Pine Trees, breakfast, lunch and dinner. They've got some great packages available. Here comes our silver drummer now. I tell you what, I've got to thank QantasLink also. They really looked after us. There's plenty of flights here every week, and it's only 2 hours from Sydney. And as you saw on today's program, there's a whole heap of fishy options for the whole family. Until we meet again, I'm Rob Paxavanis, and thanks for joining the Fishing Australia team.